Today, we're going to a cow fight. So the cow fight is in Canton Valleys, which for us is all the way on the other side of Switzerland. So we've decided to make a weekend out of it. We're gonna drive over there, do a little camping, and then check this cow fight out. So we got to our campground and found out that we're not allowed to grill. And that's something I didn't even think to look into. I mean, what kind of campground doesn't allow you to grill? Anyways, Laura found this amazing grilling place here, and it's got a castle. Look at that. So this view's incredible. We're gonna set up our grill here. Okay, so Valleys is probably one of the most well-known places in Switzerland. There's a lot of skiing here, there's a lot of hiking, biking, pretty much everything you want to do outdoors is here. And Valleys is known around the world for those activities. But there's something else that Valleys is well known for, at least inside of Switzerland. And that's the Erringer Kuh. Yes, I'm making another video about cows. It's gonna be great. If you remember a while back, I made a video about the Brown Swiss, a milking breed that originated in Switzerland. Well, the Erringer is another cow that originated in Switzerland. And if you remember back in that Brown Swiss video, I talked about how the Brown Swiss was bred to maximize its milk production and milk quality. But the Erringer cow is a little bit different. It is also a dairy breed, but instead of being bred to maximize milk production, it's bred to fight. Every year, these cows compete in multiple events, and then the winners from those events move on to the Super Bowl of cow fighting, the finals. And the winner of those finals is crowned the Queen of Queens. And tomorrow is Switzerland's cow fighting finals, and we're gonna go see it. So we got back to the campground last night, and everybody had their grills out. Some people even had the exact same grill that I have. I was like, what the heck? I'm trying to be like a good Swiss here and obey all the rules. My wife's keeping track of me. Like, this is a Swiss rule, you don't break it. And then we get back to the campground and all the Swiss are breaking the rules. You can't win here. But anyways, we camped nice and close to the event. So now we are walking down to the cow fight. And I know as soon as you say cow fight, at least the first thing that pops into my mind is a bullfight. And that's not what this is. This is something completely different. So we walk into the arena and it is packed full. And then as we sat there, even more people just kept on coming in and coming in and coming in. At the end of the day, they were saying around 15,000 people showed up for the Sunday finals. That's insane. As an American, a cow fight was very new to me. I'd never been to one. So I read through the rules before showing up to the event, and it wasn't enough. So they lead like a bunch of cows into the arena, and then some of them fight each other, some of them just kind of stand around, and then I can't really tell which cow has lost the fight or when the fight is over. It's really just pretty confusing. But by the end of the day, I was actually getting it figured out and was really starting to get into it. So I think the key to understanding a cow fight is to understand what is meant by fight. Normally when we think of a fight, we think of something like boxing or UFC, where there's like a couple of guys slugging it out until one knocks the other out or something like that. But a cow fight is more like wrestling, where the goal is to submit the opponent. So the cows aren't trying to kill each other or even trying to hurt each other. Instead, they lock horns and push each other around, trying to show the other who is boss. A cow can be pushed all the way across the arena and it doesn't really matter. It's only when the cow submits to its opponent and leaves the fight that the fight is over and she loses. These wrestling matches can last anywhere from a couple seconds to over an hour. And the cows don't even have to make contact for there to be a winner. As soon as the two cows are brought together, the fight starts. Normally the fight starts with some sort of chest beating, cow style. It's like, yes, I can rub my nose in the dirt way better than you. But sometimes it actually works and the other cow submits before contact actually takes place. They bring all these cows into a ring and then they all just start fighting. What's up with that? I mean, when we see cows in a field, normally they're just kind of peacefully grazing. How do they make the cows fight each other? Well, cows have a dominance hierarchy where they challenge each other in these fights for the top position. When we see cows just peacefully grazing in a field, it's because they've already done those fights and they know who the top cow is. So it's actually pretty normal when you bring multiple herds together for there to be some fighting, but it's nothing like what you see here. These are Erringer cows. Although they're one of the smallest European cattle breeds, they love to fight, and their big horns and muscular build make them very good at it. The Erringer breed is classified as a multi-purpose cow, being used for dairy and meat production. But in Switzerland, it's primarily used for dairy production. Now, I think it's worth noting here, a good fighting cow can be worth a lot of money, but these cows aren't actually professional fighters. The rules require that the cow is active on a farm, so these are weekend warrior cows, and they'll go back to their normal jobs on Monday. At one point in time, this was a very common breed in the Alps, but then with the introduction of more productive cows like the brown Swiss, it just wasn't as practical anymore to keep Erringers. So the population has dramatically dropped over the years, and today it's thought to be somewhere around 10,000 cows in the world. From what I've been told, the Erringer cow breed probably would have gone completely extinct if it wasn't for these cow fights. So there's now an hour break for lunch, and I've got to say, this event feels a lot like an American rodeo. It's actually really cool. They even gave me a free hat. Quite nice. Okay, so we see all these cows come into the ring, and then sometimes people cheer and sometimes people boo, but it just looks like a mess. I mean, what's going on in this ring? So all the cows that come to the event are divided into weight classes. In this case, the class is marked on the cow's backside. At the beginning of a round, the farmers lead their cows into the ring and release them. It's now up to the cow to choose its opponent. Normally, it's just the closest cow. When the cow has found an opponent, referees make sure that that fight is not disturbed by another cow. After a fight is over, the judges will rematch the cows with another opponent. When a cow has lost 3 fights, it is eliminated from the competition and escorted out of the ring. Slowly, the number of cows in the ring is whittled down until the round is over. At the end of the round, all of the cows left in the ring advance further in the competition. And then in the final, all of the remaining cows of that weight class are brought into the ring and they fight it out until there is 1 cow left. And that is the winner. But it's not the winner of the competition. In the final competition of the season, all of the winners from each weight class are brought together and they fight it out until there is just 1 cow remaining. And that cow is crowned the Queen of Queens. I'm sure there's a lot of intricacies in the cow fighting rules that I don't understand, so maybe some of you cow fighting enthusiasts could help us out in the comments below. I would appreciate it. Okay, so you go to a cow fight and it's pretty exciting and all, but there's like 80 different cows. How do you know which cow to root for? Well, just like people cheer on their local sports team, people are generally cheering on the cows from their area of Switzerland. When you get to the event, they give you a little pamphlet that lists all of the cows, the owner, the name of the cow, and where it's from. So use this as your reference guide so you know which cow to cheer for. There you go, everybody. Swiss cow fighting, something completely unique to Switzerland and completely different than bullfighting. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.